Again, everybody, welcome to our 2024 Homeschool Cruise information meeting. So we are going to be talking about our 2024 cruise that we will be doing on the Adventure of the Seas, Royal Caribbean's Adventure of the Seas on May 3rd through the 10th, 2024. And my name is Hannah. I am the owner of World of Possibilities Travel and a mom of 3 kids that I homeschool. So all 3 of my kids are homeschooled, which is why I brought the idea of doing a homeschool cruise. So we are able to connect with other homeschoolers and really have some fun. I'm always about taking learning beyond the page. So, you can learn from anywhere, including on a cruise, and learning about Caribbean cultures or the ocean, or including that into learning through through our homeschool journeys and travel. So, and I have my guest with me, Mel Figueroa, and I said that right, correct? Mel is with
Yes.
Royal Caribbean. He's your strategic account manager. So he's going to tell us a little bit about the ship and the sailings that we're going to do and the ports of call. I'm really excited to get more information about that, so that those of you that are interested in the cruise will have all the details. And then at the end, we'll talk about pricing and a special little gift I have for those that are watching this recording or this video or here at the meeting live. So Mel, I'm going to let you take it away and introduce yourself, and then we'll get started with all the deets.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, I've been with Royal Caribbean for almost 30 years, and I've seen so many changes, and the ships that are going out are so beautiful now, so many new things that we do on board. We don't say the ship is nice, it's great. We say it's innovative. And I'm going to show you that as soon as, can I share my screen or,
You can share away.
okay,
Yeah,
let's see. So,
there we go. We see it.
excellent. So everyone's going on the Adventure of the Sea. Adventure is part of the Voyager class of ships, and that's what really introduced Royal Caribbean as being very innovative. And I'm going to show you some things about the adventure I hope you all can see clearly. But one of the things that's so special is that you have all these different activities that are available throughout the ship. Anywhere from basketball, pickleball, volleyball on the court that you see all the way up the top left. We have simulated surfing. We have great bars, entertainment, lounges, and wonderful accommodations. So this is what you're doing. These are the itineraries that you'll be heading for. You'll leave out of Florida, going to the Dominican Republic, then going to Labadee, and then going to one of my favorite places, Coco Cay. And I'm going to share a little bit about each place, if I may. Um, Puerto Plata is one of the oldest cities in the Dominican Republic. It also has these beautiful homes from the 1800s. Beautiful beaches, mountainside backdrops. It is a beautiful place that you'll be visiting, and I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. The pier is very lively, a lot of different activities and shops there, so should be a wonderful time for everyone. Labadee is one of our private areas. I want to call it an island, but it's really not an island because you see the island in front of you, but it backs up to a very big mountain. And there are all kinds of activities, different beaches, different areas to do different things. There's a roller coaster there. There's the longest zip line in the Caribbean. It's, I think, almost a mile. So it's pretty good. A lot of different things to do at Labadee, a lot of fun area. And then we have Perfect Day at Coco Cay. And what's really special about this, right before the pandemic, I want to say a year before the pandemic, this area was nothing but beaches. Beautiful beaches, wonderful way to lay out and have a great time. But Royal Caribbean, being so innovative in their ideas and thinking, they came up with this idea, having a thrill side and a chill side on this island. What does that mean? Well, let me show you. Here's the chill side. We have these beautiful beaches with cabanas, over water cabanas. If you ever saw some pictures of Tahiti and you see these little cabanas over the water, well, we have that at Coco Cay. The Hideaway Beach is brand new. In fact, it's not even open yet. It opens in January of next year. It is an adult only area and it's for 18 and older. It will have like 7 bars and lounges there. It will have a couple of different places for eating, beautiful beach, some cabanas there, a lot of activity. It's not just a beach where you lay out. There's going to be DJs at some of the different bars. It's going to be active or as active as you like it, or you can go to one of the beach areas just to, you know, find a way to get away from it all. Cocoa Beach Club is another area that is very special, and you'll see right in front of you the infinity pool. At that restaurant, you can get filet mignon, lobster tail, all these special dishes at Cocoa Beach Club. And they also have cabanas there. It's right near the beach, of course. Then right next to that is Oasis Lagoon. It is the largest freshwater pool in the Caribbean. It also has a swim up bar, wonderful DJ, a lot of activity in this area. And lastly, you have back the last beach area. We have a ton of areas on Coco Cay if you just want to get away from it all. There is a tram that will take you to the furthest most point of Coco Cay if you really want to get away from folks. We do have cabanas all over the island. So if you want that shady rest area, we have that available as well. So that is the chill side. Now let me show you the thrill side. Now, the thrill side is for all those thrill seekers. We have a water park and we have a water slide that's 135 feet tall. It is the largest water slide in North America. So if anybody wants to do that, that's available for you to try. And there's all kinds of other slides there as well, some not as tall, doing other things there. I think people will have a blast if you're into the water slides in the water park. We also have a hot air balloon called Up and Away, and of course zip lines. And not shown, we have a wave pool, we have a adventure pool, we have all these different things for those who want to try something a little more thrilling, a little more active. So we have split that island into two different areas. So hopefully, whichever side you like, you can try. Now, what about on board the ship? Well, we have a lot of action and adventure. I showed you earlier the simulated surfing. That water shoots up 35 miles an hour and you go down it. So I would say to all those who are interested in doing it, make sure your bathing suit is on tight because sometimes that water can displace it, to say the least. But it's a lot of fun to watch people do it, a lot of fun to try to do it. We also have water slides on the ship. So you have a couple of different ones, faster ones, slower ones that you can try on board the adventure. We have a wonderful mini golf course. So if you're into putting around, here's a place for you. Now, one of the most wonderful things that I've experienced being with Royal Caribbean, I'm originally from New York and we had Madison Square Garden in Manhattan. We had the Ice Capades, which was kind of a fluffy ice show, which was nice for the kids, but we have on board where you can ice skate if you like during the day and when they have available hours. But we have ice skating shows and we have ex-Olympians that perform for you. these shows are fantastic. And I'm saying that from a person who saw the ice skating shows in New York. This is way, way better. And I had to go to these shows like 2 or 3 times. It is just that fantastic. And you'll see once you are on board. Now, you may ask, is there something for the kids, or I want to do things as a family? Do we have something there? Well, you're looking right now at Splashaway Bay. That's on board the ship. So we have all kinds of pool facilities and splash areas for the kids to enjoy. And we also have a kids and teens program on board the ship. So babies from 6 to 36 months, we have 2 separate programs for them. Then we also have Adventure Ocean, which is for 3 to 11 years old. Now, the royal babies, the parents or guardians have to accompany the kids in these programs. Adventure Ocean, you can drop the kids there, and that includes up to 11 years of age. And they have to be signed out before so you can drop them off and be confident that we will take care of them till you come to pick them up. And then we have for the teenagers from 12 to 17 special areas. They have what we call the living room, where they have different games and arcades and their own lounge chairs. So a lot of special things for all the kids, all different ages. So there's just to give you a little idea what we do. Crayola was a partner with us, Fisher Price. So we have a lot of those developmental tools and their toys as well for the kids, the very young children. The entertainment and nightlife is fantastic. You're seeing the theater here. Again, I grew up in New York. I love Broadway and seeing the shows. These theaters are completely different from some of the older theaters that I've seen. You have people coming from the ceiling, people coming from the floors. It is the technology that they have in these theaters are great, and the sound systems are pretty amazing as well. And the sight lines, you don't see any poles or anything in between, so you really have great views of the show. And this is one of the shows that we have on board. I tell you, the ice skating shows, I can't wait for you to talk with with each other about what's going to happen next. They're doing triple axels, they're throwing people up in the air on ice on a ship that's moving. It is pretty impressive for them to do all the things that they do when you see them on TV in this small rink. It's not as big as what you see on TV. So they have to compromise with the space, but they're still doing these triple axels and all these other great aerial performances on ice. And of course, we have the casino. We have to have that available for those that want to partake. And we have beautiful, beautiful lounges. And a lot of them are, this is called the Viking Crown Lounge, which is all the way up at the top of the ship. They also add different performances, like you see the guitarist playing there. They'll have a pop group there. They have different areas so this becomes a secondary area for different performances that you'll see. So here's some of the different dining and bars that we have, and shopping and services. Cafe Promenade is area that's open almost all the time, almost 24 hours. They do close for a few hours, but and the food there is complimentary, and it's located right in that giant promenade that you see on the screen. There's an English pub there. There's a champagne bar. There's a Zumi, which is our Asian style restaurant, and guest services, our shore excursion desk, and the shops are all in this one area. It's very hard to get lost in the ship because you have this royal promenade. But if you find that you need some direction, two ways to do it. We hope that you download, if you have a smart phone, the Royal Caribbean app. It will help you with moving around the ship. And then we also have this wonderful wayfinder. We put those by the elevators, by the restaurant. So if you're looking to get to the entertainment, to dining, to whatever, right by the elevators, it will draw you a map how to get to that next area. So we have more entertainment. The Schooner Bar is a ship-themed bar where we have great piano players and, I mean, wonderful entertainment there. Boleros Lounge is one of the most popular lounges we have. It's a Latin-themed lounge, and they do all kinds of special drinks there. Star Lounge, another area where we have different performances, and you may see some karaoke there as well. We have the nightclubs. There's an art gallery and a photo gallery. We also have a wonderful spa. So if you're into fitness and going into the spa, there's a whirlpool there, all kinds of different activities for you to join in, or the machines that you can work, work the body out with. We have a lot of pools and whirlpools available for our guests to try and enjoy. I mean, they're heated. Wonderful time to spend some time with the family. And the solarium. Now, the solarium is one of the few, well, the only pool that is adult only. So 18 and over for this area. So if you're trying to get away from the kids splashing in the different pools, you can come here and relax with your peers. We also have a library, a concierge club, and the concierge club is for those staying in the suites or are in our loyalty club, and that's called Crown and Anchor. If you are a Crown and Anchor member and you reach the level of diamond or higher, you would have the Diamond Club. And if you reach the highest level, which is Pinnacle, you could use either the Diamond Club or the Concierge Club. So in here, as you can see, there are drinks available during the evening. They have continental breakfast, coffees all day long. Now, isn't this beautiful? This is the dining room. It is a three-tiered dining room. So this is our main dining room. We also have a couple other different dining options. One is called specialty restaurants, which means that there is a fee to go into them. And we also have My Time. And I'm sure we'll talk about that a little bit later. But here, I love this dining room. I love some of our ships have three-tier dining areas, and they are so beautiful with the giant chandelier right in the middle. And usually the captain is right below that chandelier, so a lot of the officers eat there and share some time with our guests. Now, say you don't want to go to the main dining room. People say, either you're diabetic or you have some other need or you have a craving just to eat before dinner. Say you have early dinner at, I don't know, 5:30, or you have late seating at 8. You may want to come here because this is breakfast, lunch, and dinner at the Windjammer. The Windjammer is buffet style, but I get a little craving every now and then. I'll run in here, grab some soup or a quick meal, and I'll still go to dining. So you can do that. This is complimentary as well. And one of the things I'll tell you to do, because a lot of people forget about this, when you're in the Windjammer, you see this first, where all the food is. Well, if you keep going to the back, there's more food there. So you're not just stuck with the fresh from the garden. There's other things in as you go heading towards the back where we have all kinds of other selections. So that's something I wanted to share with you because my family made that mistake and they all stayed at the front there. And I said, in the back, there's more food. So we had to show them that. Great area for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Now, we mentioned the Cafe Promenade earlier, but this is the area that I was talking about. They have coffee, tea, drinks there that are complimentary, but if you do get the specialty coffees or alcohol, there is a charge. So I just wanted to share that with you. We also have Ben and Jerry's on board. So if you have an ice cream craving, we have that there. Johnny Rockets is to me, I love Johnny Rockets burgers, and I go there really for the shakes. But another place to enjoy a different style of meal. Azumi is one of the specialty restaurants. There is a fee to get in, Asian style, wonderful, different meal selections there, sushi and so on. Giovanni's is our Italian style dining. Chops is our steakhouse. So you have all these different areas for dining that you can choose to, go to, but there is a charge for them. And if you ever do the chef's table, I highly recommend it. It is not inexpensive. It runs about $100 per person, but you have almost like your own personal chef. They bring out, I don't know, 7 or 8 courses. It is a lot. You get wine with each course, and then at the end, they give you a choice of espresso martini or one of the other drinks. And I tried the espresso martini. I don't like martinis, but the espresso martini I love because of the chef's table. So another opportunity to share. The chef comes out and explains each dish, what and how they're paired with the wine. So if you're a foodie or if you really love wine pairings, this is really special. I think you would really enjoy it. While you're on board and you decide that, hey, I really like cruising, I want to do it again, and you book it on board, Hannah will still be your agent of record. So anything you do for future Hannah will take care of you. We automatically list Hannah as the travel partner who is in charge of that booking. Now, here's some of the accommodations. I hope, I'm getting older and I have adult children. And one of the things I keep saying to them and to my wife and all, through life, we did everything for them, making sure they were fed and clothed and went to great schools and stuff. Well, now it's time we do stuff for us. So I hope if you go on this cruise that you do consider taking a suite. Suites are beautiful. They have so much space. They have so many accommodations. You have the concierge club as one of the amenities. There are other amenities, including the thread count, which I never really knew you counted thread on sheets and beds. But all that is upgraded. So I would strongly recommend instead of leaving the money to the kids, go out and enjoy it now. Whatever's left over, I'm sure they'll enjoy it as well. But treat yourself if you have the opportunity to go in the suite. These are some of the regular staterooms, the interior. On this ship, we also have interior stateroom that has a virtual balcony. Now you have to be really, really careful about this because it really looks like a balcony. I was trying to open it when I was there. It's a giant TV screen. So it is not a real thing. It's a giant TV screen that you can turn off if you don't want to see the image, or You can leave it on. I leave it on when I'm in an interior with a virtual balcony. I leave it on at night because in the morning I have what appears to be a balcony because there's a camera outside by the bridge. So it's really, really great. You also have the outside ocean view. You have the ocean view with a balcony. So you have different types of staterooms that I hope if you need any more information, Hannah can provide that for you. With that I tried to cover all the questions Hannah had sent me, and I'm sure I didn't cover every single one. So if anyone has any additional questions, please let us know now. Hannah, it's back over to you. You are on mute.
All right, here we go. There we go. It took me a second, but I got it. Okay, so thank you again, Mel, for it. I just, a lot of things I was about to jump in. I have been on 6 Royal Caribbean cruises, so not probably Mel's got a few on me, I'm sure, that he's been on, but I really do love Royal Caribbean, which is why I chose that as the ship and the cruise that we are going to go on, because there is so much for everybody, and so much to do on board and everything. And he was right about Windjammer. Windjammer is like our go-to place for especially the kids, because if they don't want to deal with the formal dining, or again, if they get hungry, which of course kids never do, right? I'm sure, right? That is the place to go to get all of the great things. So I'm going to share my screen real quick, and I'm going to just talk about the details of this cruise. But if anybody has any questions about the ship or anything, feel free to let us know, to talk about it with Mel. Our trip is going to be May 3rd through the 10th, 2024. So I know you saw on my Mel slide that it's May 6th is May 4th is the first day of the cruise. Well, we are including one day before, where we're asking everybody to get in there. We don't want anybody to miss out on all the fun. So we want you to be there so you're not worried about late flights and missing the embarkation time, because unfortunately we're pretty special group, but I don't know if they're going to hold the boat for us. So we want to make sure we get there the day before. So it's on the Adventure of the Seas, and what this trip includes is going to be the 6-night all-inclusive sailing on Royal Caribbean's Adventure of the Seas, which Mel did a great job letting us know about. 1-night hotel prior to the sailing, a meet and greet event before the cruise. So the night before, we'll have dinner together. We will get a chance to get to know each other before we even get on the ship. So then when we're on the ship, it's kind of like we're just family, right? We'll also have shuttle from the hotel to the cruise terminal included. We also have a private event or private space reserved for us to have just a fun little game night or meet and greet on the ship. We'll also be doing a pool party where we just all meet at the pool with the kids one day and enjoy the slides in the pool and everything else. And if some of us want to sneak away and go to the solarium for the adults only, I'm sure it'll be okay too. We also have the travel insurance included, and all of the gratuities included, all the taxes and all the port fees. And we also have a $50 onboard credit for each stateroom. So if you wanted to, again, get a specialty drink at Cafe Promenade, or again, you use that to go to Izumi for a Japanese dinner, those onboard credits can be used on the ship for however you would like. But I wanted to make sure you understand that pretty much everything is included in here, outside of the extra stuff that you might want to do. And when you get on the boat, you will not have to worry about paying another thing unless you just want to. So this is just all in there. The accommodations that we'll be staying at the night before, so the May 3rd, is going to be Radisson Resort at the port. And it's kind of almost our pre-vacation before our vacation. This has got some great pools. It's got an on-site restaurant, and it's right there in Port Canaveral. So really close distance to the cruise ship, but we will be able to get there the night before. We're going to have a little cocktail dinner happening either at the restaurant or poolside. And so it's perfect for us. So we'll have breakfast the next morning. And again, the shuttle from the hotel to the cruise terminal is going to be included. So And the ports of call, which Mel mentioned, I'll go over quickly. We're at Port Canaveral. I have one family that's coming in a little early to enjoy the Miami area and Port Canaveral, so that's an option, as well as there's a couple, one family that's staying after and is doing Disney afterwards. So they decided to tack on 3 days at Disney World because why not, right? And then we'll also be going to Puerto Plata, Dominican Republic, Labadee, Haiti, and of course, perfect day at Coco Cay. So a time to really be able to relax, to get into some culture as well, and just have fun. And I've already mentioned the itinerary, so we won't go over that. And we've mentioned the ocean view rooms, all the staterooms. So here are the options that we have for the staterooms. We have the interior, the ocean view, and the balcony, as well as any suites. Now for the pricing, because I'm sure that's what everybody is asking about. So our pricing right now is for double occupancy. We have interior pricing, ocean view, and balcony. And I'm going to just let you guys read that. There's no point in going through all the numbers, but the prices right now do fluctuate based on Royal Caribbean prices. And right now they're having an amazing sale where the prices have just dropped even this month. So I'm super excited that we're able to get in on a really great time to book. But for those that are attending and mention this particular video, we're also going to be doing an additional $200 off. So I'm going to give you a little bit of an incentive to join us on the cruise, because the more the merrier, and we want as many people that can go to go. So we'll have that $200 off in any of the staterooms. And if you have more than 4 people or 4 families in your 4 people in your family, let us know, because then we can give you pricing on either, again, if the suites are available or some of the rooms that can accommodate 5 or more, or we can talk about how we can combine some of this pricing to make it worth your while. So and that's it. I'm Hannah, and I am the owner of World of Possibilities Travel. I do these group travels, so for myself, for the homeschool family, but for other families as well. So if you have any travel needs, I don't just cater just to homeschool cruises, though I love doing them. I will be more than happy to help you. And this is my contact information. And I'm going to open it. I'm going to stop sharing, and I'm going to open it up to questions. And if anybody has a question, just either, click the unmute button and I will unmute you to ask that questions, or you can type it in the chat as well, and I'll monitor those chat. But I have a question for you, Mel, because this is one that I get all the time as a travel agent, and I'm sure some of the folks on the call will want to know as well. Is, hey, I'm kind of scared of motion sickness on the boats. What happens about? Is that a big issue that I will have to face at Adventure of the Seas?
It's a great question. My wife is very, very motion sensitive. I mean, very. So usually the larger the ship, the less motion that you feel. We can't control Mother Nature or anything, but there are so many different things out there. If you tend to get motion sickness, and most of the time, because if you're in a car, and you start getting sick, so that you can take there are patches that you can take. There's a little electrical device that you can put on your wrist. It's not that expensive. There are a lot of different ways to do it, but what I say on the Adventure is a very good sized ship. It's over 100,000 tons. The bigger the ship has more technology on it, with the bow thrusters and stuff, keeping the ship as stable as possible. Also, it's not a bad idea if you're booking it now to put your full deposit down and names, and get a stateroom that's on the lower, and I hate to say it this way because most of the time the suites and everything are higher up, but the lower you are and in the middle, the less motion you feel. So I would say always try to get into the middle of the ship, if especially for evenings and stuff, because usually the ship goes a little faster at night. So if you're in the middle of the ship, you will feel less motion. And I know this from experience with my wife. We've tried several different things, and that works, being in the middle and being on a larger ship. So hopefully none of you will experience that, but if you do, we also have a great medical, office right on board the ship. So you have nurses and a doctor there that can help out if necessary.
Thanks, Mel. And yeah, my daughter has motion sickness, so that's the one I always. But honestly, she has never felt it on any of the cruises that we've been to. So that's a great thing. Again, being in the middle, when we generally do pick middle suite, middle rooms, staterooms, because I know she's gets a
Yeah,
little motion
yes.
sickness. But when being in those middle rooms, we've never done that. And unfortunately, on our last cruise, we did have the pleasure of visiting the medical facilities, not for motion sickness, but one of the things that I'm really impressed with about the kids club is um, is that they are very careful about making sure that nobody gets sick. So she had a
Right.
little bit of a cough and a sneeze, and they were like, "Well, I'm sorry, but she's gonna have to go to medical and get cleared before coming back." And then, at first I was like, "Ah, this is horrible. I don't want to have to
Yes.
do all of this." But then thinking back, if it wasn't my child, if it was somebody else's child that was sick, I would want to make sure that my children aren't sick as well. So I was very impressed with all of that. So no worries about that as well.
Yep.
We also did have one question, clarification on the price. So for a quadruple room, would the kids be paying the same price as the adults? So the way I did it for the quad rooms is 2 adults and 2 children. So right now, Royal Caribbean is having a kids sail free promotion. So that price is indicative of the kids sailing free. And so you still have to pay port and taxes and gratuities. So it's going to be a little bit different than the double occupancy rooms, because you've got a few of the fees that are there no matter what. Ports and taxes are always going to be paid. But again, the kids sail free definitely makes it a much lower price than the standard price would be on there. And the rooms are priced per person. So per room per person. So the double occupancy is for 2 people. Triple occupancy is going to be per person for 3 people on the slide that I showed you. And if you go to our website, which is www.woptravel.com, so there is also more information, and all the pricing is there as well for the cruise, or again, we can talk about that. And the deposit, which is the next question that we have, is going to be $250 per person. And that's just the standard Royal Caribbean deposit. So that's what we're taking to go ahead and reserve your room. The good thing is that with the travel insurance, and as long as it's before 90 days prior to sailing, if for some reason there was a need to cancel, you would be able to get that refunded back. After the 90 days, we would rely on that travel insurance. And one of the reasons that we want to make sure that we have travel insurance, it's very important to have travel insurance, is, from here until May, there's a lot that can be going on. So that travel
Sure can.
insurance is going to kind of give us that protection that if anything were to happen before that time, that you would be able to recoup your cost, not have to lose all of your money, or even on the trip as well. We want to make sure that everybody is safe and has that available for them. So, or misses the boat or anything crazy that might happen, that travel insurance will be there to accommodate that for you. So great questions. Any other questions that I have, or if you need to ask a question, again, you can unmute yourself or type it into the chat. And I'm super excited. I have not seen one of the ice shows. That's going to be exciting, because when we went on another ship that did have an ice skating ring, and my kids ice skated, but I had a little one, and that was during her nap time. So I didn't get a chance to actually see the ice skating rink or the show. So that's one of the things that I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, it's gonna be a highlight because they forced me to go in there. And just to give you an idea, um, Katarina Witt, I don't know if you remember that name, but she was a gold medalist. She's the one that really started the program on Royal Caribbean. So that's why we have these different skaters from the Olympics. So I was blown away, and I didn't think I would be. because I've seen a lot of different entertainment. And I said, they forced me to go because, they want me to see the program. And I was really, really taken by it. I thought it was so good. So I'm sure most of your guests will enjoy it.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to share my screen one more time for the pricing, just because we've had a couple of questions. So I know I kind of talk fast, so I probably went through it too quickly. But here's the pricing again for the trip, and I'll leave this on as we go through and see if there's any other questions. And again, like I said, for those that mention this information meeting when they call or let book it within the next week, we are able to do the $200 off for all of these prices. And it's not per person, but $200 off the total price for that, which is a great savings, more money for you to go enjoy some Izumi or some special alcohol drinks. We all need a little bit sometimes. So that's available as well. And all right, any other questions? Okay, and Tivia, see you have your hand up. Let's get you unmuted. Okay. There we go.
Okay. Hi, hello.
Hi, Tivia.
The hotel stay, is that included in the price?
It absolutely is.
Okay, okay.
So yes, the hotel stay at the resort at the port, and again, the dinner prior to. So the night before, we will be having, we'll be having a dinner to meet each other, kind of get familiar with everybody before we get on the ship. Like I said, so we can just have some fun.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you, Tivia. All right. All right, I'm going to give it just a couple of more minutes. Again, thank you everyone that came to this meeting and is watching it, because again, I'm so excited about this homeschool cruise. And if you've got any questions, again, here's my contact information. So questions about pricing or just again, future trips that you want to take, or if you've got a group that you would like to take on your next trip, maybe you can't join us for this homeschool cruise, but maybe you want to take your whole family on a family reunion on one of Royal Caribbean ships. The Icon of the Seas is one that I can't wait to go on too, because there is a ton of stuff on that one. That's the boat that's behind on the screensaver behind Mel. It's going to be an amazing trip, so I can help you with that. And since there are no other questions, I'm going to say we're going to wrap it up. Again, thank you so much, Mel, for joining us.
Truly
and
my
answering
pleasure.
all of our questions. I appreciate it, and we look forward to this. So thank you all, and you guys have a good night.